This is the Aqara TVOC air quality monitor, and obviously it's for monitoring air quality and creating some automations that are going to help you control the air quality as well as room temperature in your home. Now, this is an Aqara product, which means it works with one of their hubs. This is the M2 hub that I have in. This is the G3 camera from Aqara, which also contains a hub. In the box, we have 4 components. So here's the manual, which does tell you quite a bit about the sensor. This is a magnetic sticker, and you will also have a 2-sided sticker here if you just want to stick it to a surface. The sensor itself had 2 covers on it for the batteries, and the batteries are 2 CR2450s. On either side, you're noticing these little gaps in the case, and this will have to be maintained open to air in your space that you want to measure. As I said earlier in the video, you have to make sure you have a hub already. You can see one of my hubs sitting in my favorite devices in the Aqara application. So I hit the plus up in the top right, and I've headed into sensors. Now I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and you can see TVOC air quality sensor. Which hub do I want to connect it to? You can see my hub M2 is grayed out, and that's because it's sitting here not plugged in. So let's tap. Now I have to long press this button on the top. This is called the reset button on the sensor.
Accessory added successfully.
So it said it failed inside of the application there, and I just clicked to get out, but here's my TVOC. There's also the temperature and humidity coming off of this sensor. You can see how those are all aligning. Now we have the device set up, but inside of this application, I'm going to show you a few things. So I just tapped to go into the TVOC readout, and there'd be a graph there. You can stretch and zoom in if you'd like. Of course, you can change the location throughout your home, the accessory name, and you can even try and change which hub it's connected to. The homepage card allows you to make adjustments to how it looks, including adding it to your favorites page in the app. You can change the icon, and there is an alarm setting where you can create an alarm condition that would give you a notification in the app. So we can say that the TVOC is above a certain level, and that will give us an alarm. Plus, you can set the start and end time that allows that alarm to actually go off. Choosing a push notification sends it to your phone. You can do the same thing with temperature and humidity cards, although I don't think a lot of you are going to use that. In more settings, we can change the device units that are on screen. So if you wanted to go to Fahrenheit, that's how you do it, and it asks you to click this button. You can see that that was almost instantaneous. And of course, you can do the same thing with TVOC. If you've created any automations or scenes that are related to this device, the numbers will increase as you have more, and then you can tap to go in and you can create more or see what you already have. Plus, there are logs for diagnostics, and you can see the Zigbee signal strength. So this is between the hub and the VOC sensor, telling you how good things are if this is becoming disconnected, which you can tell through this little icon here. If this has a line through it, then basically it's not connected to the Zigbee network and your hub. There's some other information down here, but if you ever want to remove the device, that's where you hit. If you want to create automation, which I think is the more likely thing that you're going to do here, you're going to go to automation and hit the if and then the add button. And here's my TVOC air quality monitor. These are all of the triggers you get inside of the Aqara application with the TVOC sensor. With many of these, you will see the milligrams per meter cubed. This is even though I set it at parts per billion, so you got to do some conversions there with your numbers. But as you get into some of these, you'll notice like this assigned level. I can't read that. I'd have to get a translator out basically. So that's on the if side, so that's starting the automation. On the then side, If we go down and we try and find our TVOC sensor, it's not an action device, so it is not going to be here. You can't do anything with it, so to speak. If you'd like to see more about the TVOC sensor, then check the playlist that's up on screen now. That playlist will take you through everything you need with Aqara's TVOC sensor and their hub as well.